Hey everyone, Billy6 here. I threw a page up the other day and I didn't introduce myself or tell you what's going on, so that's what I'm doing now. Um, my name is Billy6 and this is about coming back from a stroke. I had a stroke almost 2 years ago and it was a pretty hard road back. Matter of fact, I'm way past where some thought I would get to already, so I'm blessed. So I got me some notes here so I could stay on track. Introduction, that's me. I used to be a musician, and well, I'm still a musician, just not nearly where I used to be. I've got damage to my hands now. You can see the fingers are broken. This one likes to fold backwards on me when I'm trying to play. So we're trying to build the strength back up in that. And what happened? Well, I had a stroke, as you know, and it was caused by a tumor that was growing in the left side of my neck. They had to cut it from here all the way down to there. And it was about 4 inches long and about 3 inches around. It was wrapped around my carotid artery and some of the nerves, and so it cut off the blood to my brain and caused the stroke. I was lucky that it happened when it did, and it wasn't worse than it was. It could have killed me. So what happened was they went in and they cut it all out. I had a little bit of nerve damage, but during that time I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair, I was using a walker, and then I moved my way up eventually to a cane, which was very, very glad to be having a cane. I still use the cane today. Sometimes I, bounce around the house without it, but every time I go out, I take it with me. I got tired of falling down. At any rate, it's been a long road back. I had to learn how to walk again, basically, and then learn to talk. I was stuttering really bad, couldn't hardly feed myself. So I'm going to give a shout out to a person that helped me through the whole thing. Excuse me. Celeste Epperson. I couldn't have done it without you. Anyway, she's a good girl. She'll always be a dear friend. Okay, so it's just been slowly getting better. I've been getting my faculties back, and I've been pushing myself. I was so scared to pick the guitar back up because I just have no coordination in my hands, or I didn't. So I started messing around with the guitar, and it started coming back. I started getting inspired. So I took my old Fender DG11 Dreadnought, and I added electronics to it. Put in a preamp and an equalizer and piezo pickup and all that. And then I got my old Dean back here that I picked up off a pawn shop shelf that was just falling apart, and all it needed was tender love and care and a good setup done on it. It plays nice now. And I've got others, but those are the ones I use mostly at this time. Just got done building one for my son. I'm not going to put it on YouTube or anything like that. I'll let him do that. That's for him. At any rate, I love building guitars. I love refurbishing, and been doing that a lot my whole life. I like to find a kid that wants to play and doesn't have any money to speak of. And I get a lot out of that. So, yeah, I'll just give him the guitar and teach him a few things, let him take it from there. So, at any rate, my goal is to get back as much as I possibly can. And if I get back to where I was, great. Then let's go further. I'm going to try and put a song or two on here. I used to be in the business, and I had songs on the radio and won some awards and things like that. Had my 5 minutes of fame. I didn't get the fortune, but that's because I walked away from it. That's another story for another time. At any rate, my goal is just to go as far as I can. I'm re-inspired, and I just want to, you know, play, even if it's just right here in my house. So I'm putting together a music studio, so I won't have to be doing these things off of this phone. My music studio is going to be right here in the house, and I should be able to lay down some pretty quality stuff. I've been piecing it together. I got one more bundle of things to buy, and yeah, I play many instruments. I'm not just a guitar player. I also play drums, keyboards, you know, some wind instruments, you name it. But I certainly can play all the instruments it takes to lay down an album. So that's another goal of mine, is I want to complete a solo album. I promised myself I would do that, like old Alan Parsons did when he played every part. And it's just, yeah, a dream. So I intend to see that through as well. So I'll keep you updated on that, on equipment that I'm using. You know, I'll test it and tell you how I feel, because I'm an old school guy. All the stuff I had was analog, and so I'm updating to the modern age, and it's going to be a learning process for me as well. So I'll tell you how easy it was, and how it sounds, and what I think of it. You can make up your minds from there. At any rate, I think that you can send me messages on this page. If you got a song you want to see me play, throw it out there. I learn really quick. So I can probably have it on by the following week, usually, depending on how many suggestions or requests I get. But I will write your name and the song you want down, and get you on the list. And any ideas, well wishes, whatever you want. I'll try to respond to everyone. I'm not sure how big of a ruckus this is going to cause in my life, but I figured it would motivate me to stay on schedule. So I appreciate you all, and yeah, it ought to be a fun ride. Alright, let the music guide you.